Chapter 18. Foresting Benin. Ouida. In the first week of my stay in Benin, I went with my cook, his daughter, and my driver to visit the historic city of Ouida. That day, we visited a fishing village where the driver's sister lived. It was very interesting. At one point, the cook's daughter and I needed the bathroom. They took us to a random house in the village, and there in the yard was a three-walled cubicle with no door. I went in first and urinated in a bucket of water that was standing in the corner. Of course, it made an unpleasant noise. When I was done, I went out and the girl came in, and I was surprised that she didn't make any noise at all. After about a week, I was invited to visit my friend Radegun, the cashier, at her house. And when I needed the bathroom, she explained to me that I should point sideways towards a hole in the ground and then pour water over it from a bucket standing in the corner. It was only then that I realized my mistake in the first bathroom I used in Ouida. In the fishing village, we saw fishermen standing in a long line pulling a large net from the sea. We also helped them pull the net a little. Other fishermen repaired torn nets. In Ouida, we visited the Python Snake Hall, and they even let me hold a huge snake. It was quite scary to go in there, and I got out pretty quickly. Snakes have a spiritual meaning in voodoo, in the voodoo culture. It's no wonder that the name of the sea building in the past, during the French rule, was Dahomey, entrails of the snake. The locals also believe that there is a snake inside of us. A whole spine is like a snake. There is a fire in it that must be ignited, transferred from the bone to the brain, is the name of our soul. The snake is a spiritual clue, like in the Torah. They even look at our 10 Sefirot in Kabbalah and pass a winding line between each Sephirah that looks like a snake. There are no Jews in Benin, but Judaism is accepted like any other religion. I was probably the only Jew in Benin that year. We also visited a small forest where there was a spiritual tree where the locals would pray and offer food. There are trees like this in every city, but this tree was unique because of its shape that resembled a human being. I took a picture of the tree, of course, and on one occasion, when I had an internet connection, I uploaded the picture to Facebook. A guy named Eric Laliberté from Canada saw the picture and was very impressed. Dear Nativa, I really like your photo of the human tree. Will you give me permission to use it on the cover of my new book, Adam of Woods, a man of wood, homme de bois? I happily answered him, Of course, Eric. It is an honor that you like and use my photography. I was honored to receive a copy of the book from Eric and enjoy reading the interesting story. We have stayed in touch over the years, and Eric even surprised me when he visited me one day in Chicago from his home in Canada without warning me. I was not home, and Eric left me a gift by the door, a stained glass window of the same tree I photographed, created by a friend of Eric's. Very beautiful work, a beautiful tribute. To this day, this stained glass window hangs in my house. I'll send you the picture. In the city of Abomey, which was once the capital, there is an interesting historical museum. We stopped there on the way to visit my painter friends, Julien and Pauline. Okay.